saw some news reports the other day, and
Yes.
It'd be good to have some insight from you with regards to there's a number of businesses that they're calling zombie businesses at the minute, businesses that are effectively unable to trade, and they are, heading to the wall, unfortunately. And I think the government released a figure of 750,000 businesses that are zombie businesses at the minute. And I think what they mean by that is that effectively there's a queue of businesses waiting to become insolvent. Yeah. What's the rules and guidance around that? Because I understand that the government have put a date where you can't make a business insolvent. Is that right?
Yes. So you can't petition for liquidation or winding up of a business for a period of time. The zombie companies is, my understanding of a zombie company is that ultimately it's these companies, and they've been about for many, many years. It's nothing really to do with COVID, and maybe COVID sort of added to it, is where they actually aren't growing in any way, shape or form. They are just there funding, ongoing liabilities, etc. And I wouldn't like to call a couple of them that I've dealt with recently zombie companies, but ultimately it's people who have their own businesses that are threading that hamster wheel, and some of them have thought enough's enough, I want to go into employment, and I've assisted with that by taking away the hamster wheel, so to speak, the zombie company, while they go off and do what they want to do with their life.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I think, going on from there as well, is that I hear there's a backlog, basically, these businesses being lined up, and your actual world is quite pressurized at the minute, because you're effectively trying to help these businesses. Some you just can't help. They are going to become insolvent, and you're trying to sort out the debts for them. But there's a big backlog, and do you see that backlog growing? Do you see a lot more businesses becoming insolvent or having problems in the next 12 months to 2 years?
You haven't been able to petition for the winding up of a company for at least 12 months now, and during that 12-month period, just through the natural life cycle, there would have been a number, there will be a stat somewhere, a number of businesses that would have gone into insolvency via that process, and they just haven't. So there is naturally going to be a backlog of those companies that when the whole thing opens up again, that they will be placed into liquidation in one way or another.
Okay, and I guess this has a knock-on effect.
Yeah.
Because businesses that are, they've lent them money on one way or another, and they want some of their money back. And the problem is that because there's a backlog and nothing's happening, they're not going to get their money for even longer than they would normally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, it's an interesting time, isn't it, the economy? I think, and I think the government loans was a good thing to do, but I think in a way it has kept some businesses afloat that would have normally probably hit the wall anyway.
Yeah, well, I think that goes back to the point I've just made about these zombie companies and about the petitioning. There would be companies that would probably have been ready for winding up. Somebody would have petitioned, say, April 2020, and they're probably still going because they had the protection of the moratorium, really, that nobody could petition, so they almost felt untouchable. And they've also gone out and taken bounce back C-bills, whatever loans and whatever grants are available to them, which has boosted them. And some have used it to turn themselves around. Some perhaps not used it in the best way possible.
Yeah, absolutely.